All right, guys, as you can tell by the thumbnail, today we're going to try something a little bit different. Chris and I were talking about ways to lose a little bit of weight since that's what we've been working on with my truck. And we have everything laying around here to do this, and I've seen a bunch of pictures of it, so I thought I'd give it a try myself. We're going to dimple dye my seats, or at least one. Did a few practice runs on Chris's, and it kind of worked out pretty well. So I'm going to show you guys the process that I used, just using the tools that we had, and kind of show you how it turned out. I don't know really what it's going to lose as far as weight goes. I'm expecting maybe a pound or so, but you know, I think it'll look cool when it's all said and done. I don't know. I'm going back and forth. I might get it powder coated, might just polish it up and leave, you know, bare aluminum. Either way, I'll show you my method for how I go about doing the dimple dyeing and kind of show you how I lay it all out and what's all involved with that, and then show you the tools that we have and how we do it. And that way, if you decide you want to do it, you know, you'll know at least one way. So we'll get started on that. I'll show you where we're at. Okay, so this is what it looks like from the backside. And basically what I'm doing is just going through, taking that unit bit, and once you mark out all your holes and kind of lay it out where you want, we did a number system on ours to show, you know, smallest hole, second largest hole, and the biggest hole. So, you know, the ones that were marked 2s and 3s and everything, we'd know what to lay out. But basically, you're drilling a hole through, it's going to leave a little bit of a burr on the backside. Aluminum normally does. And then you just come through and just touch it with the drill bit here and it'll knock out the burr. And you're just doing it enough to where the dye will actually sit through, and it, if you can tell in the video, has that little bit of a chamfer to it. And then that, when you press it, sits down. This is the wrong part for it, but see how it's got that around it. And then, where's my, there they are. There's the bases. Sorry. That's what it sits down into. So that's what causes it to indent like that. So chuck these up in the press now, and we'll start making a seat. All right, so when you're doing these, occasionally it doesn't fit into the press because of the way that the seat is bolstered up. Some of the model seats, it'll fit in there no problem. You don't have to worry about it. But on these seats, they don't fit. Chris, say hey to the camera. Hi. Okay. Either come in or out, one or the other. I'm making a video. Continue on with the video. So now I'm going to actually have to get the hammer, which Chris told me this does work. I don't know. We're going to try it on camera and see. I'm not entirely sure how it's supposed to go, but since it won't fit in the press, I don't have any other option. Let's give it a shot. You can hit it 3 times?
Sure. I'm almost certain when I bought these, it said do not hit with a hammer.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they probably didn't mean us.
They probably, yeah.
They meant somebody else.
They meant don't hit it hard with a hammer.
I'm pretty sure we broke that rule too.
This place is such a mess. This is a very expensive table that we're using as a cheap
Nothing
table.
works as good as that. Oh, you're talking about this.
This is a very expensive table that we're using as a table.
That's a very expensive water-filled workbench.
And this is a very expensive table that Jeremy is just beating the fuck out of with a hammer.
Yeah, but that's what this one's designed for.
No, I don't think when I bought it, it was beating the shit out of a hammer was what I had in mind.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm not hitting it, I'm hitting the chair.
Serta used to be flat.
Serta kind of bent. Was this a certified top?
It was.
Well, now it's a sort of kind of flat.
You still got one in the center.
Oh yeah. I think that I probably could have done these on the press. I think these would have actually fit. But
That's gonna be short stroke to hit with a hammer.
I'm used to short stroke. I hate for you to not be able to put this beautiful seat back in the car. All right.
Yeah, so don't just disregard this hole and this hole.
Yeah, Chris didn't measure. I took the time to do a whole grid system.
I just
and
randomly drew some dots and then he dimpled it.
this was more or less just a test piece to make sure that the theory of how to do it worked. Because like I said, I've never done this before. So I'm pretty confident now in my ability to make a hole in a seat.
Okay, so let's do another one here.
Yeah, I figured we'd just split the gaps.
And do another one there, yeah.
Well, mark them where you want them because you're going to have to do it up here too.
Oh yeah, I can't do that.
Okay, well, I'll just drill holes.
Yeah, there you go, just
Hopefully-
eyeball it. So
Hopefully they'll be right.
just eyeball it. Just try not to be as cross-eyed as I was.
Okay, well, I will, I'll get on that and we'll be right back. All right, so this seat, before we drill any holes, what does it weigh? Toss it up there. Perfect. Will it sit by itself? All right. So we're starting out at about 11 pounds. All right. And then, so that part's already dented, which will be nice. So we'll just follow all those patterns, make some holes, see what kind of weight we lose. All right, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 18 plus, oh, we got another 8 here. So that, and then 3, 12, oh, just about 1 million holes. So they're all drilled out. Now we just got to take it, and what I think we figured out is that even though it's not designed to be used that way, it does work well enough for what we're doing. I can actually just do the old hammer and strength trick instead of having to use the press. The press makes it kind of difficult because it not only doesn't get to everything, it also is kind of cumbersome, by yourself to lift it up because it's kind of a weird shape. So I'm going to set it up, throw it on the ground, dimple all these out, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do about the bottom. All right, dimple that out. What is it? I saw you snatch it off of there. Why? Is it still?
It doesn't weigh in.
Oh, hang on.
It's zeroed.
Okay, well, I'm going to zero it anyways. Okay. Is it the exact same weight? Damn. How'd it weigh more? We probably lost a half a pound. But it does look way cooler. It was about an hour's worth of work.
Now no.
Now here's
Put your
the
seat bracket on this one.
So one thing I haven't talked about yet was that I originally had the Atomic Fab seat brackets. Alex, will you unbolt my old ones out of there? We're going to weigh those.
Seat brackets?
Yep. But I want to see what just the bracket itself weighs. So this bracket alone weighs 13 pounds. That's the Atomic Fab one. It's a great product, but when you're trying to get rid of weight, there are definitely some better options. So what does that whole seat weigh? Because we also unbolt this. This is the passenger seat. And I mean, it has everything the exact same, but we unbolt it out of the truck. Here, let me slide that over. Every time we make passes. So that seat weighs, what, 31 pounds total? Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you get it out of there? So I made these that actually hold on to the side of it. It's the 7/16 that's laying out. Where's a little shorty ratchet wrench? There it is. Yeah, that goes on the back, and then a 15 on the front. There's the socket for it right there. Yeah, that one. So once Alex gets those unbolted, we'll set them in the seat and we'll see what the new weight is. So with those seat brackets I made and the seat cover and the harnesses and everything, we're at 20 pounds. So we saved about 10 pounds on just the seat. So that's a pretty substantial amount. After we did the seat bracket, after we did the dimple dyeing, and once we decided that we're not going to put the cover on, which for the record, each cover on the seat weighs about 2.5 pounds. Those are the Kirkey padded covers. The cloth ones, I don't know if there's a difference between the cloth and the vinyl weights, but we wound up saving total, I think it came out to about 11 pounds. About 13 pounds total with taking the cover off as well. That's with, I've got cam buckle harnesses, so they weigh a little bit more. And I know it sounds crazy because we're talking about just ounces, but realistically, we want to try to get the truck as light as we can. So we've been going through and just trying to take off every little bit of weight we can. So yes, it's probably a little excessive. And to be quite honest with you, I mostly did it because I think that it looks really cool. And so that's why that's done. I was joking around with Chris, now that I've got all those holes in the back of the seat, I was debating on just taking a trans cooler fan and just mounting it to the back of the seat. Because on a drag and drive, when you're going, especially through South Carolina, man, it gets hot there. And even if you go do, Rocky Mountain 2.0, where you're going through Texas and Oklahoma, and it's just constant scorcher, having that, air conditioned seat would be super cool. But it's just an idea we're joking around about. I can't do all of this and take weight out and then add more back in it. But it would be kind of neat to have it. So maybe we'll think of a quick release kind of way to do that or something. I don't know. Either way, we did, after we got all that finished up, our buddy Jody stopped by with his Mustang that he's got. And Chris decided he was going to throw it on the dyno, kind of check out the tune, because there's a couple of small races coming up in the local area that Jody wants to get in. So we're going to play that now.
Get shit out of there.
All right, what are we doing here?
We're going to try to do a 2-3 shift on Jody's car on the dyno and see if it'll make the shift or see what the converter flashes to.
Okay.
You want me to roll the windows up? Yeah, roll them up.
Jody, what kind of power are you trying to make?
I'm hoping to get 570 out of it.
570. To the tire? Holy shit. You're working them little turbos hard. You're putting an awful lot of sticky on there for some 570 horsepower pulls.
Yeah, I had to overcompensate.
For anybody wondering, that's just Fabuloso and Dr. Pepper that Chris boils up.
Yeah.
That way it smells real good and it's super sticky.
You know what you should do? You should video from in here.
Oh, hell no.
You really should stand right here.
Absolutely not. I am not standing that close to a methanol car on the dyno.
Needed to?
Yep.
Buddy, we were way out here and the methanol's bad. Good Lord.
Yeah. D-cell needs a little bit of fuel cut.
I thought we took all of that.
Bro, it's supposed to command 7.0 on D-cell.
Judging by the smell of it, it commands 3.0. God. You can't tell on camera, but there is an actual fog over it from all the methanol.
Yeah. I smell it all the way out here.
Yeah.
That's rough.
How you feeling? just crying. What happened? Did it not make the power you wanted? Is that why you're so upset?
Made 1585, 1,300 foot.
Yeah, not bad. And it actually made the shift. So, Jody,
Yes.
you made your 530 whatever you said you wanted to make.
Plus
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
All
Plus,
right.
plus, like, yeah, I think I had one more number in front
Yeah,
of it.
plus like 1,000.
Plus another number.
That'd have been so much cooler if I caught it in the right spot. Hit it with the hammer.